everyone, it's Megan from Tea Time with Megan. I'm so glad that you guys were able to come today. So we have a super fun episode today. This is honestly one of my personal favorites. We are going to make peanut butter pie. And I kid you not, every time I take this pie, at least one person always asks for the recipe. It's just so good. It's such a hit at a party. Anytime I'm invited to go anywhere and I ask what can I bring, they always say bring the peanut butter pie. What I love about this pie, it is so delicious, it is so tasty, and yet it's very easy to make. So I am so excited to dive in and make this pie with you. So now we can get started. Remember, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, Tea Time with Megan. All right, so for this recipe, you're gonna have to put in the first 4 ingredients into the bowl. So when I make this recipe, I always double it just so I can always have 2 pies. You're gonna need to have 2 cups of icing sugar, 2/3 cups of Kraft peanut butter smooth. I always get the Kraft peanut butter, but of course you can use any kind of brand you want, but that's the brand I always use. 2/3 cups of milk and 250 grams of Philadelphia cream cheese, or 1 brick. So now we just put this all into the bowl. Get your hand mixer and mix it all together. I love using this hand mixer. It's so vintage and it brings you back in time. So I honestly love using this hand mixer. Now I will say one thing in advance, you should pull out the cream cheese probably about an hour and a half and so before you actually go to mix it, because it does make it a lot easier for you to actually mix. Start on medium and then go to high. Consistency looks perfect. I know that there's still little lumps of cream cheese throughout the batter. That's okay. You don't need it to be perfect. So as long as you just get them small enough and broken down, and then you're able to move on to the next step. Once you've mixed your batter together, you no longer need the hand mixer. And yes, I will be saving these later for me. And like any good chef, you should always try the things that you make. So let's give this a little taste. Yeah. That's really good. All right, now we can move on to the next step. Now you're gonna wanna add your vanilla, and you're gonna wanna put 2 teaspoons. Oh, I love the smell of vanilla. And now you're gonna wanna add your Cool Whip. Now you don't wanna stir it too much because you still wanna keep it kind of like airy, the pie, but you definitely wanna make sure that things are well mixed. So you just wanna add this to the bowl. Just like that, and use the whole container. 1 tub of Cool Whip equals to 1 liter. Okay, and now you just want to mix it around, kind of like fold it in essentially, and just kind of get it really well mixed. And this will take a little time, you guys, but it will be so good at the end. And you know it's mixed well when you take your spatula and you go along and you kind of like fold in the middle and you don't see like any really brown streaks of the peanut butter. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your pie crust. Now your pie crust is actually a chocolate graham cracker crust. I love these crusts. Honestly, when I make this pie and bring it to people, they always ask too, like, how did you make the crust? I didn't make the crust. I cheat a little bit. I go to the grocery store and I buy the pre-made ones, and they are so good. So what you need to do is you just have to take the lid off. Okay, and like I said before earlier in the video, that I always make the recipe to make 2 pies, so I have doubled everything in this recipe. If you just want a single pie, then you just have to cut it in half, all the different ingredients that have gone into this pie. And then you're just gonna scoop your mixture into the 2 pies. Scooping the peanut butter mixture into the pies. It smells so good. I honestly can't wait to dig in to these pies. Okay, so now once you have put your peanut butter mixture into the pies, you want to put the lid back on. This is important. So when you got the pie, it came like this. So to make sure that it doesn't get ruined, you're gonna flip it over and you're actually gonna have it sit like this. so it doesn't like squish down your mixture at all or get stuck to your pie plate. And then what you're gonna do is just fold the rim back down. Once you securely put your lids on, you're gonna actually wanna put these pies into the freezer for about 2 days or even longer. That's totally fine. This gives it a chance for that batter to kind of solidify almost and not remain like a soft mixture. Now, I actually went ahead and I made this pie a couple of days earlier, so I was able to kind of show you the finished pie. When you've decided that you want to finally actually eat the pie, you should bring it out of the freezer and let it defrost in the fridge. You don't want it to be like a solid piece of pie when you pull it out and give it to your guests. You do want it to be able to cut into it and enjoy the pie. So make sure to pull it out at least 1 day in advance just to allow it to thaw. Once that has happened, there is one little final touch that I always like to put on the pies before I serve it to people. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna get some milk chocolate. It doesn't really matter the brand. It could be Jersey milk chocolate, Cadbury milk chocolate, PC milk chocolate. It doesn't really matter, you just need milk chocolate. You're going to want to take your grater and you're just gonna wanna grate a little bit of chocolate onto the pie just to give it that wow factor. Though the flavor will do that already, but just to make it a little bit nice to look at. And there you have a peanut butter pie. Super easy to make, but really, really, really good. As you can see, it comes out pretty good when you do cut it. This pie is so good. And this is why I don't make it very often, because I could honestly sit down and just eat that whole pie. So if you liked today's episode, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, Tea Time with Megan, because there's gonna be so much more fun videos coming out. So until then, bye for now.